Something that both the school in Guatemala and the church here as well have been talking to us about and have been sharing from the Word of God has been from Judges 2, verses 7 through 10. I'm just going to read verse 7 and then verse 10. And this has really stirred up my heart for how serious God is about the work that he's doing, especially with children. So I'm going to read for you Judges 2, verse 7. It says, "And the Israelites served the Lord throughout the lifetime of Joshua, and the leaders who outlived him, those who had seen all the great things the Lord had done for Israel." So essentially, there was a time when all of the people were serving God. They were experiencing the abundant life of his kingdom. They were seeing the miracles of God. They were seeing the power of God in their day-to-day life. And they did this as long as Joshua and all of the people who had seen the miracles of God were still alive. And then it goes on to say that Joshua died. He died at like 110 years old. And then verse 10 says, after that generation died, another generation grew up who did not know the Lord, and they did not remember the mighty things he had done for Israel. And essentially, after that generation died, there was a time when people did not know God, when they were not taught about who God is, about his love, about his word, about what he says. And they did evil in the eyes of the Lord. And it was because they didn't know who the Lord was. No one had taught them. And this is why it is so important that we continue to look at every child like, oh, this is a generation that is going to know who the Lord is. This child right here, this child is going to know who the Lord is because I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them the love of God, or I'm going to speak about the Word of God. I'm going to teach my children the Word of God so that they can be a generation that knows who God is and they can live under his provision, his protection, his abundant life. This is the work that God is calling us to, all of us. And this is the work that I have been able to be a part of here this year. And I don't even have children of my own. I am not a mom physically yet. God willing, that will be something in the future. But I don't even have my own children, and God is telling me my children are so important to me. It is so important that we raise up children who know who I am, as their father, as their friend, that I love them, so that we can continue to add to this beautiful kingdom, so that Jesus can hand over this beautiful kingdom like a gift to his children, and that they would know who he is.